How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about a game mode that I would like to see implemented into MLB The Show 20. I think we are pretty close for this game mode to be included in online play, but just a matter of how it will work. Basically what we're going to talk about is co-op mode in terms of online play. Right now in the game there is a co-op mode in Play Now or in Franchise, something like that, where basically you can alternate each batter, each inning for each pitcher, which means each person will actually pitch a full inning, and then you can also have control of one person being the catcher and the infield, the other person being the outfield. You can always adjust that to your liking. I'm going to go ahead and do so in this video. I'm going to be hopping into simply a Play Now game with the Tigers against the Dodgers and show you guys basically how you would do this. I'm using two controllers for this video, but I think that this would be an awesome mode included into some online play for MLB The Show 20 or even in the future. I'm not sure how difficult it would be to include this. I think if they were to include this type of mode, I think it would have to be in an extended play. It certainly wouldn't be included in ranked seasons, and you would have to go ahead and just play for fun, or maybe something like Battle Royale where you can earn some rewards, some diamond players, but basically you would hop in with your online team. One player would, submit their team, and then you can go ahead and play with those guys. But basically, if you guys notice from that short clip right there, the blue is player 1, the red is player 2, and player 1 is giving up some home runs here early on in this game. I think this would be awesome to see and kind of implement some strategy involved with this. You kind of have to play to your strengths. I'm not the greatest pitcher, however, I am going to be controlling both controllers in this video. But this would be a situation where player 1 is giving up a lot of runs early in the game. Hopefully both players can kind of come back. At this point in time, it's kind of on one person, other than the fact that the other person is controlling the outfield in this situation. So it is on Legend difficulty as well. I like to practice on Legend. I just want to clarify that, so I'm not just giving up home runs to rookie CPU. But basically what I'm kind of going with this is I think it would be cool to involve some sort of swap with when you go to your bullpen or something like that. Like if you swap your reliever out for your starter in the middle of an inning, then maybe player 2 would take over and control the reliever as well. So I think that this mode would be, there are a lot of options. I think it would be really awesome to see in MLB The Show 20 or even in future games. But basically, I'm the pitcher in this situation. Player 1 is the pitcher as well as the infield. Now I was able to get 3 outs, so let's go ahead and show you guys an example of what it would be like up at the plate. So player 1 is leading off the game. Luckily, I was able to get a base hit to at least show you guys what would happen. Basically, player 2 would take over at this point. Player 1 would be controlling the base runner, and I went ahead and stole with my player 1 controller. And then player 2 is now still batting. So you can kind of implement some strategy there. One person can do a hit and run. Actually, it would take both people to complete the hit and run, but you can kind of talk about it in a party chat or in a Discord, something like that. But player 2 steps up and hits a home run to kind of put this team back in the game. This could easily be a World Series matchup in 2020. The Tigers are definitely contenders. That's not even close. They're only about 40 games out from the wild card spot. Anyway, just for this video, I figured I would use my favorite team. But basically, in this one, you just alternate. So player 2 has really stepped up at the plate. I made every single out with player 1 in this situation, and player 2 has driven in all of the runs. So now in the following inning, we'll go ahead and swap. It would alternate. Player 1 is still in the infield, and player 2 is still the outfield, but the pitching would go ahead and swap. So player 2 is now on the mound. I think this would be awesome to see. Maybe not necessarily in online in terms of ranked seasons. I would like to see it in online game mode, like extended play, like play versus friends, where you can kind of hop into a sidebar menu, which would be like similar to, sending a game invite where 4 people would hop into a lobby, something like that. I know other sports games have this type of game mode implemented in already. We see 2K with 3v3 and same type of thing with NHL. Madden has MUT squads and stuff like that. I think FIFA also has something involving multiple players and co-op mode online. But we could also see something like this maybe in a special event or in an events type of tab where you would go in and try and match up with a random person or a play versus friend or something like that. I think that there are a lot of options for a mode like this, and I'm certainly not gonna go into an entire game full of this to show you guys an example, but I wanted to just show you guys what the potential chances could be for something like this. I think it's awesome that both players would be included. I don't think there's necessarily too much downtime because you are alternating every batter, every inning on the mound, and there's a lot of action in this game. Balls are put into play quite often, and I think each person would be able to make the plays and have a variety of an experience playing this type of mode. It's just something I kind of thought about, and I will also be including another kind of idea for another feature to be added into MLB The Show 20 in this video as well. Kind of talking a little bit about that. But in this situation, I mean, I gave up quite a few runs in the first inning. This is a great way to simply just practice all aspects of the game, as well as I think it would be a great way to improve certain aspects of your game if you're able to play in a mode like this, where you're able to hop in with a friend or hop into a random game with another person. I don't think that it would be included with ranked seasons. I think it would be too challenging to go ahead and do so. I also think it would probably cause some server issues, and that possibly might be why they haven't included it already. But to not have like something like connected franchise or online franchise in the game, hopefully they are implementing more online modes into the game. We see some offline modes in this game with March to October, stuff like that. I think you would just have to include it into something separate from ranked seasons, battle royale, maybe include it in events like I mentioned earlier. And who knows, maybe this is a bad idea. Let me know what you all think about this kind of proposal. I know I've heard a lot of other people kind of comment on this, and some people might not even know that this is kind of already in the game. But I think you would almost have to include it in extended play, and simply because you wouldn't want to mess up any servers any more than it already would. Basically, what I'm saying is even if you did disconnect from the game, as long as it's doesn't affect rating points and doesn't affect stuff like that. Maybe it would affect after game rewards, something like that. I'm not sure how you would do it. Maybe you would give out special packs or a certain amount of stubs for playing a game or playing a full game, stuff like that. I think it would be awesome to see. I'm curious to know what you guys are thinking about this video, and if you knew that this was already kind of included in the game. But basically, I would really like it. I mean, I don't know how often I would hop into this type of mode, a co-op version. I think it would be cool to try out on a stream or something like that. Use Nightbot to select a person to go ahead and just hop into a game with and play a 9-inning game or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool. You could also probably shorten the games to make them 6 innings, to make them 3 innings, similar to Battle Royale or events, because it might add extra time playing with two people, like adding an extra person, playing with 4 people, 2 for each team. But for the remainder of this video, I just wanted to talk a little bit about an event idea that I also had. I think 1-inning showdown would be really awesome to see. I know other sports games have kind of like special rules and special modes that are similar to events in their respective games. I think the thing that could probably be comparable to this is Madden in house rules. They have special modes where you can kind of, hop into a game where it's in overtime and the first person to score wins. I think that would be really cool to see in MLB The Show. Obviously, you wouldn't want to have a situation where the away team could walk it off, but I think having a 1-inning showdown would be awesome to see. I know that a lot of these events and a lot of these modes that were implemented into this game were shortened anyway. We don't see nearly as many 6-inning events this year as we did in last year's game. I don't think. It seems like a lot of these events have been 3-inning games, and it seems like they've really listened to the community. So hopefully with this type of video, it might reach somebody that could include some of these ideas into the game. I'm not sure. But I think it would be great for MLB The Show. I think it would be great for the community. I think it would add in extra features that would be able to compete with other sports games, as well as just new ideas that will make the game a lot of fun. I think this year's game has been really enjoyable. I think that they've worked really hard to try and make it the best it can be, and I think that they're going to continue to do so. But I think adding some of these extra features might be something that you guys want. It might be something that you guys don't want. So let me know what you think. I think a one-inning showdown in an event would be something really cool. I've kind of talked a little bit about it last year. I've kind of talked a little bit about it this year, possibly on stream here and there. But I wanted to kind of get this video out simply because it was just something that crossed my mind, something that I've been thinking a little bit about. Playing co-op in MLB would be pretty fun, I think. But let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. I'm College Lefty, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.